Hey, good morning, student. So, in the last video, we have covered at least three different kind of pumps: turbomolecular pump, then sputter ion pump, and suction pump, isn't it? So, today we are going to study the last kind of a pump in the from this module, and the last type of a pump is a Arbitron pump, and the name of this pump Arbitron is given because of the orbital motion or the circular motion of electron which follows uh, in the pump. Fine. So this pictorial representation of Arbitron pump, you can see it consists of the filament, and the middle stick like structure is a titanium rod, right? And the filament and titanium rod, these two are the important parts of this Arbitron pump. Rest of the digits are mentioned the size of titaniums on the rod, but those numbers are not important. You can just focus on the materials like where is the filament and where is the titanium rod, on the rod where the titanium material is stick to it, right? So let me explain this. The Arbitron ion pump uses only electrostatic fields to constrain the path of the electrons to provide the long path for more efficient ionization of the molecule in the gas phase. The Arbitron, the name of this pump is because of the nature of the path of electron followed, and the path of electron is orbital path, and therefore the electron which leaves the filament can't reach the outer wall of the pump because the potential of the wall is negative relative to or as compared to the filament, and that's why electron can't reaches to the outer wall of the pump. The electrons are attracted towards the central electrode, but as they leave the filament, they receive the component of the angular acceleration from which they gain the appreciable angular momentum. The conservation of this angular momentum prevents the electrons from moving the electron directly to the central positive electrode. So the geometry of the cell produces field which reflects the orbiting electron at the end of structure. So the electrons are effectively trapped and they can advance towards the anode as they lose its kinetic energy. The electrons can lose energy by colliding with each other with molecules or by interacting with AC fields. When there is a complete azimuthal symmetry of the electronic space charge, these losses, then these losses are minimal or minimum, I can say. Due to non-uniformity, this form of energy loss is a finite, and the fact that the electron current makes its way to the anode even at a pressure below 10 to the power minus 10 torr indicates that electrons lose energy by other means, that is, other than collision with the molecule. Gittering action is provided in the Arbitron by the sublimation of cylindrical chunks. Cylindrical chunk is nothing but the I can say the titanium material attached to the rod at the middle of the vessel. That is the cylindrical chunks of titanium. So what I can say, the gittering action is provided in the Arbitron by the sublimation of cylindrical chunks of titanium attached to the central electrode, and central electrode is nothing but anode. So the potential providing The potential approaching up to 10 kilovolt are applied to this electrode. Thus, the current required to impart the several hundred watts of power to heat the titanium chunk is moderate. Based on the rate at which the argon is pumped by an arbitron ion pump, the average length of the electron path is at least 30 minutes. At least 30 meter, not minute. This indicates that the arbitron geometry is quite effective in providing the generous ionization, that is, pumping up the inert gases. Further, with the continuous supply of fresh titanium on which it receives the ions, there is no instability in the pumping of these gases. So, as it observed with the magnetic types, in the larger size, one sublimator may serve several arbitron type cells. The ohmic heating greatly improves the starting characteristics because at the higher starting pressure it is sometimes difficult to impress sufficient voltage on the central electrode to achieve the adequate sublimation. So this is all about the arbitron pump, and hope you have understood this arbitron pump. You can search on the YouTube or on Google for more clarity, and we'll stop here. In the next video we will start the next module. Thank you.